A voice from a kid requests to recount to him a story. The elder's voice recounts the narrative of vibranium. An enormous shooting star with the hardest metal crashed in the locale of the well springs of the Nile stream millions of years prior, and it impacted the plant. Afterward, in the period of people, 5 clans in the land named Wakanda combat for control of that vibranium until a soul drove a specific champion to find and eat a heart-molded herb impacted by the metal. He acquired godlike capacities and turned into the first Black Panther. 4 of the 5 clans submit to his power, yet one clan needs opportunity. The Wakandans utilize the vibranium to grow profoundly cutting-edge innovation. They see the detestations of different countries and disengaged themselves from the remainder of the world. In 1992, in Oakland, California, Sovereign Anyobu promises to impart Wakanda's innovation to individuals of African plummet all over the planet to assist them with vanquishing their oppressors. Anyobu enrolls black market arms seller Ulysses Clay to invade Wakanda and eliminate a reserve of vibranium. Lord T'Chaka learns of his siblings' activities. He goes up against Anyobu, who ends up being furious and takes steps to kill T'Chaka's dedicated companion, Zuri. T'Chaka hesitantly kills Anyobu to save Zuri, and forsakes Anyobu's child Eric to forestall the Wakandan nation from learning reality. In the current day, following T'Chaka's passing because of Helmut Zema, camouflaged as a veiled James Barnes, his child T'Challa gets back to Wakanda to expect the lofty position. Subsequent to working with Okoye, the head of the all-female battling force the Dora Milaje, to remove his ex-sweetheart Nakia from a secret task in Nigeria's Sambisa backwoods, he reunites with his mom Sovereign Raymunda and more youthful sister Princess Shuri, the country's ongoing mechanical virtuoso. At his sovereignty service he is tested for the crown by M'Baku, the head of the 5th clan, the mountain-abiding Jabari. The two participate in custom battle, with T'Challa arising triumphant and turning into the new lord. He lets M'Baku live. In London, a gang drove by Clay and including an ex-U.S. Black Operations officer, Eric Stevens aka Killmonger, takes an old Wakandan vibranium hatchet from a gallery. At the point when the ancestral elderly folks get word that Clay has re-emerged in South Korea, T'Challa's companion W. Kabi, who lost his folks because of the seller's activities, asks the youthful ruler to deal with him. T'Challa, Okoye, and Nakia plan to block Clay at an underground gambling club in Busan, where he will offer the hatchet to an obscure purchaser. The arrangement turns out badly when T'Challa finds the purchaser is CIA specialist Everett Ross, and Clay thinks the arrangement is a trap, and a vehicle pursuit results that finishes in Clay's fear. While in CIA guardianship, nonetheless, Clay is saved by Killmonger. Ross is truly harmed, saving Nakia in the assault, and as opposed to seek after Clay, T'Challa takes Ross to Wakanda, where his sister Shuri utilizes the country's trend-setting innovation to save Ross' life. Killmonger kills Clay and takes his body to Wakanda as a token, uncovering his way of life as Anyobu's child to the ancestral older folks and testing T'Challa for the high position. Killmonger wins in custom battle and heaves the crushed T'Challa over a waterfall. Subsequent to ingesting the heart-formed herb to acquire the powers of the Black Panther, Killmonger authorizes his dad's plan, getting ready shipments of Wakandan weapons to be disseminated to Wakandan agents all over the planet. Nakia, Shuri, Ross, and T'Challa's mom Raymunda escape to look for the guide of the Jabari and get familiar with M'Baku's men have found and are really focusing on the incapacitated T'Challa. Mended by a heart-molded herb brought by Nakia, T'Challa gets back to Wakanda and to restore his battle with Killmonger for the high position, which was never authoritatively finished up since T'Challa never kicked the bucket or yielded. At the point when Killmonger will not participate, his claim to the high position is promptly negated and Okoye and the Dora Milaje betray him. Killmonger, who is presently wearing a suit of Black Panther shield of his own, opposes with force alongside the Lion clan. While Shuri, Nakia, and Jabari fight W'Kabi, Ross, steering a remote stream with Shuri's direction, destroys the planes conveying the weapons before they can leave the country. The fight goes ineffectively for T'Challa's side until M'Baku and the Jabari show up to help him, consequently reversing the situation. T'Challa and Killmonger's fight conveys them into the core of the vibranium mine, where sonic upset utilized in the transport of the metal weaken their vibranium covering. While Killmonger's body is momentarily uncovered, T'Challa wounds his cousin. He takes Killmonger to see the dusk of Wakanda and offers to mend him. Yet, Killmonger states that he realizes he will then be detained and would prefer to pass on a liberated individual. He hauls the knife out of his chest and dies calmly. With that triumph, T'Challa is formally restored to the throne, with M'Baku conceded a seat in the public ancestral committee to address his clan in acknowledgement of his faithfulness. Dismissing the neutrality of past Wakandan lords, T'Challa lays out a consulate in the US to be controlled by Nakia and Shuri. In a mid-credits scene, T'Challa shows up before the unified countries to uncover Wakanda's real essence to the world. In a post-credits scene, Shuri keeps on aiding Bucky Barnes with his recovery. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notification. Leave a like to help the channel.